What's going on? Rakeem Madison here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about why New Year resolutions fail. All right, and so I want to also say Happy New Year's to you watching this video. I'm glad that you took your time. You're probably busy. You're enjoying your New Year's, but I want to talk about this topic because I found a statistic that was pretty shocking. Okay, 80%, that's millions of people all around the world that are creating all of these New Year resolutions, and they're not actually achieving them. Okay, so I want to talk about the real reason. You probably have watched tons and tons of other videos talking about, why it doesn't work, five tips, 5 steps, or 5 tips, 7 steps, or whatever, right? But I want to break down here in this video the real reason, the truth about why they're not actually working at all. Okay, so first things first. Is we are human beings, okay? And as human beings, we have what are called programs or programming. And if you've been on earth for quite some time, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, right? You've been on earth for quite some time. You've been running that same program over and over and over and over again. So since you've been running that program for so long, the moment that you try to switch over here to this new programming, your subconscious mind, which is actually your body, not a lot of people know that, but your subconscious mind, your body is going to say, let's say for instance, it's a fitness goal. So let's say for instance, the year prior, you weren't actually doing much working out at all. And then all of a sudden for the New Year resolution, you're like, oh, I'm going to be working out 3 times a week, or I'm going to be working out every single day, or whatever your plans are. Your subconscious mind is going to say, wait, at this time before, we've been doing, or at least for the last 5-10 years, this is what we've been doing. We've been eating donuts at this time, or eating a ton of candy, or just stuffing our face at this time. So your subconscious mind is what's going to make it a more difficult process for you. So you probably heard, what is it? It's what we focus on expands, okay? So if what we focus on expands, when you create these new resolutions, right? Because you're gonna be excited, you're gonna be writing this stuff down, you're gonna be like, man, like, these are all the things that I want to do this year, and so on and so on. And it's exciting because I've been there too, right? I've wrote down the resolutions, I got excited, and I'm, out of all transparency, I'm on this video telling you some of the resolutions that I wrote down in the past, before I really figured this out and start tapping into, quantum physics, equation to manifestation, law of attraction. Before I really started tapping into learning more about this and programming and all those different things, I was just writing down resolutions, and a lot of them I wasn't achieving. I wasn't achieving them, but I understood why, because I had a programming. I'm 28 years old at the time that I'm recording this video. Okay, so before I've been on this earth at least 20 plus years prior to this. So I had programming that I had from, my early years, how I was raised up, the people I hanged around. So everything that was kind of rubbing off onto me because of my environment. So going back to the resolutions, you can't create a new reality as the same person. Let me say that again. You can't create a new reality as the same person you were before. It's difficult to do that. And a recommendation that I have, and I'll put the book down below in the description, and you can pick it up if you want, or find it on your own anywhere on the internet, but the fastest way to get it is down below in the description. That book is called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, okay? In that book, he talks about this stuff. He goes deep into detail on how you have to literally change you. You have to change before you can create a new reality. And the new reality in this case is the New Year's resolutions, everything you want to achieve, income goals, fitness goals, and etc. Right? And those things can't happen unless you change the person. And that's the biggest mistake that a lot of people that write these New Year resolutions, they don't take that, they think that they're going to be able to achieve all of these things staying as the person that they were before. That's impossible. It will never happen. Right? So yeah, definitely check that out in the description. Pick that book up. And out of all transparency, if you do pick the book up, yes, I will be compensated for it, but you don't have to. You can go find it on the internet or do what you want to do. But that book right there is a life changer. It is a life changer. It has been a life changer for me and so many other people on the internet and people that are not even doing internet marketing or affiliate marketing or any of that, right? It's a life-changing book. Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can either go to his YouTube channel or you can go check that book out in the description, all right? So yeah, we have programs and they've been running for so long, and since our subconscious mind, for most people, their subconscious mind, which is the body, as I talked about, most people don't know that, right? But it's the body, right? And if you're not in alignment with your thoughts, your words, and your emotions, which when all three of these are aligned, you're in what is called pure consciousness. Okay? Pure consciousness, which means that you're in full alignment. You understand, like you become aware of you. Okay? And your mind is clear, right? It doesn't have all of these you're not thinking in lack, right? And most people think in lack. So when it comes to these New Year resolutions, you're going to have to actually change you. And the subconscious mind, if it's been programmed for a considerable amount of time, it's just like a computer software. A computer is not going to actually do what it's not programmed to do, unless, of course, you change and put new software for it in order for it to actually do it. So we are the same way. You have to program. You have to focus on personal development every day. Feed your mind, raise your vibration, understand who you are, become aware, which is meditation, where you're actually meditating. And that's not, and just to kind of clarify, meditation is not just where you're sitting here like this. You're just sitting there with your eyes closed and just, how most people envision it. It's becoming aware. So a person could actually meditate with their eyes open. A lot of times I meditate like that because even with my eyes open, I can visualize the person I want to become, the person that already exists. Another thing is there's two realities that exist at the same time. There's everything that you want and everything that you don't want. And most people, they focus on this right here, everything that they don't want, right? And that's why they get everything that they don't want, okay? So I'll give you an example. So if I wrote down, a New Year's resolution, and I'm excited, right? Because most people are excited. I was excited when I used to write my resolutions and all of that great stuff. And, New Year rolls around, January 1st, right? For the first 2 weeks, I'm rocking it, right? Let's just say, I'll just use weight loss, right? Let's say I want to lose a good amount of weight. And I'm rocking it, right? I'm doing the workouts. And then let's say I have a bad day. Or like some people, when they're working out and they're consistently doing it, for some people, if after like a week or 2 or 2.5 weeks, they still haven't seen any results, what happens? They get a negative thought. And as soon as they get that negative thought, remember what I said earlier, what we focus on expands. So if they get a negative thought, what comes after a negative thought? Negative self-talk. Now they're talking negative about their self, right? They don't have as much belief in their self. Now they're losing belief. Okay? And now that they have the thought, their words, which is the self-talk, then the belief. Now what happens when they start to lose the belief? They don't take any action at all. So they're crippled because of that one negative situation, right? And this is why personal development is extremely important. For any resolutions or goals or anything like that, you literally have to be tapped into personal development. You have to be growing. Your vibration has to be high. Okay, you have to raise your vibration. You have to become aware. Meditation is very key when it comes to this process. That's exactly why I highly recommend, I'm telling you, that book, Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, is a life changer. So after you read that book, you won't even think about a resolution anymore. Like you won't even think. As a matter of fact, I hope that after you watch this video, you won't be thinking about a resolution. You're just going to go out there and achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, right? Because I know some of the people on my here on my channel that follow me, or maybe you're not a follower and after this you become a follower. Understand that if you want to do something different, you got to do something different. Okay? They say if you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, that's insanity. So if you came to this video and you've been wondering why New Year resolutions fail, the real reason is because we're human, and humans have programming. But once you program it, you get that new software in there and you become the new person, those things can't affect you anymore, okay? And there's something called the human condition, and we all deal with it. But the people who are in a victim mindset versus the people who are in a victor mindset will always flourish. The victim mindset people, they're just going to be stuck there. They're going to be crippled. Kind of like when I explained, if you get a negative thought, then your thought, then your words, negative self-talk, then your belief is going to be lost, and then boom, you're not going to take any action. Trust me, this has happened to me in the past, guys. Like I would feel bad. Maybe somebody, a female broke up with me back in the days. Like I was in a long relationship or whatever. And then I found myself, I didn't want to do anything. Even though I had a little bit of motivation, it wasn't enough to drive me to go do what I needed to do. So I just wanted to make this video. I know I kind of talked a little long, but I really wanted you to understand why New Year resolutions fail. And 80%, which is millions of people, that's quite ridiculous, guys. That's quite ridiculous. All right. So with that being said, hopefully you got some value from this video. And if you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, drop me down a comment down below letting me know if this was helpful in any way. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy New Year's, my friend.